back to Everything Anime Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Shinry, here with Everything Anime Podcast, talking about from anime, manga, video games, TV shows, and other relevant topics I'm talking about. Today's video is on Tokyo Ghoul Chapter 11 to 13. So when we last left off, we found out that there are Soul Reapers in Tokyo Ghoul. Okay, not really. They are called paranormal investigators. But they act like Soul Reapers. They specifically are tasked to kill ghouls. Which I still have a lot to say about how casual ghoul encounters are in this world and how people are just like it's another shooting that happened or something. Like, they're like, oh, it's scary ghouls are out here. Oh, well, let's go to the store. Like, it's just like that'd be like if vampires are so common. Again, I'll get to it when we get to it, but I have a lot to say about that as I've seen in the manga later. Now, the anime, I tried to try to see some episodes to get get familiar with some of the names, but by the time I got to this chapter, episode 2 or 3 already went way past this into a whole nother arc. That's in chapter 35. Literally. So 3 episodes, you're already in chapter 35 of Tokyo Ghoul. So that's why I don't think it's going to be a long manga / anime. Well, I mean, I know it's not a long manga. I know it's this manga specifically is 265 chapters, I think. Which is still a good length. But the way the anime kind of rushes through it, I'm thinking the anime must only have 1 season. Hopefully it's not a Dead Man Wonderland. I do believe Dead Man Wonderland is longer, but I know we only got 1 season of that. Anyways, so when the chapter opens up, we learn these paranormal investigators have some kind of sixth sense. They sense a ghoul in the shadows, stalking them. It's not explained how they sense the ghoul, but I guess because they're used to fighting them, they just kind of have that. But if it's a sixth sensibility, I mean, I guess that's why, because maybe not everybody can become a paranormal investigator. That's not outright said either, but I'm thinking you need something. Maybe we'll learn more about them. Where I'm at in chapter 35, we learn a little bit of stuff, but we don't learn too much about them just yet. We then switch back over to Kaneki, who's learning from Mr. Yoshimura and Takuya that he has to get a mask, and he makes a joke about being Obito from Naruto, he makes a joke about being like Obito from Naruto, only showing his right eye. I'm not sure if that's breaking the fourth wall as much as Jujutsu Kaisen does. Jujutsu Kaisen, Itadori says he's into women like Jennifer Lawrence. He sometimes references Naruto and One Piece and things like that. That'd be kind of cool if they do break the fourth wall like that all the time. But I see it a lot in Jujutsu Kaisen, and I like it. And Assassination Classroom does that too. Assassination Classroom always breaks the fourth wall, saying believe it and stuff like that. So what this mask is, at this point, I had no idea what it was, but we do learn what the masks are for. The mask here is supposed to, keep you out of sight from paranormal investigators. Basically, when you're wearing this mask, it doesn't make you invisible, but it's so, they can't recognize who you are as a human. Well, not as a human. It's so they don't recognize you, casually out and about as a ghoul, because ghouls, they don't burn up in the sunlight like vampires. They don't have to have, they don't have to wear, a specific ring or anything like that. They're kind of like werewolves. They can blend in. You don't know who a werewolf is until the full moon and they change in front of you. So these masks are a way of hiding themselves while still being able to kill out in the open or around, or even kill other paranormal investigators, which they call doves. We then follow Takuya and Kaneki to a mask shop run by UTA. His design is pretty tame from what I've seen and expected from this series so far, but I do like him. He's pretty funny, and he seems to be kind of bisexual. It's something that he says to Kaneki gives me that. Although I guess if you're a demon or ghoul, your sexuality can be kind of flippant. If you live for thousands of years, I don't think you'd just be only attracted to one sex. You might just try both or open to all of it. I mean, not to make this video, I'm not monetized either way, but just I'm just saying, if you live thousands of years, you ain't gonna be the same person for sure, or same sex. Anyways, we learned from Takuya that apparently the area that Kaneki lives in is called the 20th Ward, which is supposed to be the most peaceful of ghoul hunting grounds, which if that's true, this is definitely the Mystic Falls, because we know in Mystic Falls and the Vampire Diaries, shit was always going crazy in Mystic Falls. And if you're trying to say this place, which people casually know about ghouls, they know about them, they're afraid of them, but they're still out and about, and from what we've seen in these first 13 chapters, ghouls are killing people left and right. Like every other chapter, there was a ghoul. I was like, if this is the peaceful area, I can only imagine what them worst areas sound like. We also learned specifically that Yuta's ward was 13th, but they were he used to live in the 13th ward, but they were constantly having turf wars with other ghouls, with some even diverting from eating human flesh to like eating other ghouls, which they consider cannibalism, because if you're a ghoul and eating another ghoul, it's like being a human and eating another human. So like it was getting crazy over where Yuta was at in the 13th ward. So if they crazy enough to like kill each other, then we definitely go to the 13th ward. We definitely glad we're in this 20th ward. Which I haven't seen a map yet how the wards are spaced out yet either. Like if it's like all of like a space in Japan or like blocked off. Hopefully they give us a visual representation at some point. I also think this ghoul, oh yeah, this is why I said he's got a thing for Kaneki, because he was low-key flirting with him to like stay the night, and he was calling his eye mask cute. Again, that's what I'm saying, like, you know, their sexuality can be flippant. Like, he like, hey, you can say that with me if you want to. Like, I don't give a fuck. Your mask is cute. Although he don't give gay or bisexual. But again, I don't think ghouls have a sexual orientation. I think it's just like, you know, you live for thousands of years. You just, whatever's on the table. Kaneki doesn't outright get the mask. Apparently, it's going to be something we see later. Again, from what I remember of the Tokyo Ghoul anime / manga, I've seen that mask before. And, I know, like, it's iconic to Tokyo Ghoul, like him wearing that mask. But essentially, yeah, like, masks are used for hiding their identities from facing off against investigators, so they can't be easily identified later, which makes sense. And I'm glad to learn that piece of world building. Like, because, you know, obviously, if you read Tokyo Ghoul and you're like, why is he wearing that BDSM mask? It's so he can hide his identity from other people. Although, at one point, I think in the anime intro, his hair is like silver, and right now his hair is naturally black as a human, as a hybrid human. Well, when he was human and now hybrid ghoul. So I'm wondering, like, if eventually, like, it's like a wig that he wears, because I know Takuya wears like a white wig, or maybe like his hair just naturally will change white. Curious to see what's gonna happen with that. The following, goodness, had a lot of bad talking today. The following night, Kaneki is trying his human food training, but it's going terribly as he can barely keep anything down. They're trying to teach him like how to eat like Nishishio does. Like, you know, you gotta swallow the human food, don't chew it, you know, otherwise you're gonna get sick. We also meet Nishio's girlfriend, who delivers the DVD that Hyde and Kaneki were supposed to retrieve before they got attacked by them. I assume she was a ghoul at this point, but I find out something later. I guess it's not a big reveal. I'll just say it now. She is human. So I was wondering, is he trying to keep up the human facade by having a human girlfriend around and like not killing her? But again, we learn something later, which is a bigger reveal. So, but Kaneki even jumps to the conclusion before I got to the page that he thinks she might be a ghoul. And again, 13 chapters in, everybody we met had been a ghoul, so I would not have been surprised if she was a ghoul too. But, you know, she is human, which was surprising, especially the twist that comes with that. Now, later that night, Mr. Yoshimura asked Kaneki to go with Yamo to assist him with a food run. I thought this was going to be the point where, like, you know, this is where they're going to have Kaneki kill a human for the first time. They'd be like, look, you got to kill somebody. It could have been a bad guy. It could have been a criminal. It could have been an escapee. It could have been, like, you know, just a really bad person. I thought this is where Kaneki would have to kill somebody. And obviously, like, you know, this involves human meat, but he assures Kaneki that he wants to kill anybody. So I was like, okay, that's curious. Like, we're not killing anybody, but this obviously still is involved with, like, you know, getting human meat for the coffee shop. So then we then get a look at Yomo, who for some reason reminds me of Shanks, if Shanks was a vampire. That's how Yomo looks. I mean, not literally, but like, it's his design. I mean, a lot of characters, if you've read like Raid Master and like Fairy Tail, you've seen like the comparisons and stuff like that. But I mean, he's a cool guy. We find out later what the food run actually is. Thankfully, Kaneki doesn't have to kill anyone because they're already dead. So these guys that they bring to, they use as human meat, they've committed suicide because, well, whatever reason, we don't know why people commit suicide, but it's like this popular place to like kill yourself. Well, I don't know if I can say that on YouTube. Unalive yourself. And no one knows about it because Mr. Yoshimaru and Yomo and Takuya, they go and clean up the dead bodies. And no, that's why no one knows, like, this is like the suicide place. Well, it means the humans they know, but nobody knows how many bodies are always there, or nobody has to see those bodies because the ghouls clean them up. Yomo says they do this because they don't want to have to kill anybody, but unlike them, Yomo says they do this because they don't want to kill anybody, but unlike them, he would gladly kill to get a fresh human on his hands. Like, Yomo's like, I'll do this, but, like, I like my meat fresh. I don't like my meat dead. Like, he liked Damon from the Vampire Diaries, right? Damon would drink, human blood right out the neck, whereas Damon, if he did have to drink human blood, he liked to drink it out of the bag, like a blood bag, like human blood bank and stuff like that. Though we do get, like, a gentler side of him, despite saying that he'd want to kill a fresh human, he, like, prays and gives thanks to all his meals. Like, like, if he was, like, saying, like, oh, thank you for dying. Oh, no, even though you died, thank you, like, your body will go to good use. Like how, like, if you kill an animal, the proper thing to do is to, like a deer specifically or something like that. You cut him up and you eat him because it's like you're giving thanks. You don't waste that deer that you just killed, stuff like that. While they are driving, they come across some other demon from before who went on a stroll to see her dead husband's grave. I forgot her name, but, like, she's the mother of, I think her name was Hinanami, the little girl demon. Yoma picks her up, and we learn that the paranormal investigators are actually after her for some reason. I learned later why. I don't think it's a big reveal, so I'll go ahead and say it now. They killed her husband, and now they're after her. I don't think they know about the daughter yet, but they're after her because, they killed the husband. They're like, oh, yeah, he was a provider. Now we want you to. I know why, but I can't say that just yet because that's not in this chapter. The following day, we meet up with a team of investigators discussing their find on ghouls around the city. They're determined to find all the ghouls, specifically Amon, I think his name is. He's the younger paranormal investigator, but he wants to kill these ghouls as quickly as possible because, like, they're making children orphans, they're making lovers widows and widowers, and he doesn't like that. He hates that. So that's actually where I ended in my notes. I thought, like, that was a pretty cool, like, place to stop. So that's all for this video. I can't speculate, and even if I wanted to, I'm not really sure what I would speculate because when I read this manga specifically, it's more like a slice of life in a day of a ghoul than, like, an overarching story so far. So no speculations, even if I wanted to, but hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to start making sure I don't say the K word and say unalive themselves or S word. I don't know which one YouTube hates more. Anyways, that's all for this video. See you guys next one. Talk to you later. Bye.
Hey guys, this video was sponsored by me, the author of the Shinry series, the Chronicles of Wayne, and Monsterverse. So I figured I'd do this outro a little bit different by showing you guys what you guys will be checking out. So, the Shinry series starts with Book 1, Shobu Samurai Project Aryoku. 10 years after the death of his parents, Shobu Samurai returns home seeking vengeance, but instead faces the choice to save his home from shadow creatures, blood beasts, and an organization once thought dead. Shinry's Shobu Samurai starts at $9.99. And if you love anime, manga, Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, Yu Yu Hakusho, Fairy Tail, Shaman King, Rave Master, Zatch Bell, anything like that, the Shinry series is definitely the series for you. You'll definitely want to check it out. The Sword of Light is probably the thickest one so far. And then these books are 2. This is Enter the Dread Zone Tournament. And the series original ending, Arado, the Legendary Conjuring Master. So, and I'll just show you guys some of the covers. Really proud of all of these. But I hope you guys check it out. If you don't like that, I also have the current published books for the Chronicles of Wayne, Love Be Damned, Cotton Candy, Full Moons, Fabled Lovers, A Cursed Virgin's Bite. If You Go Where Monsters Dance, Red will Rain Over Your House. Love Be Damned. Now, the Chronicles of Wayne is about a geeky guy, or a nerdy guy in high school. His senior year, he has a crush on the hottest guy in school, because of course he does. He's only got one best friend, and her name is Barb. Well, the hottest guy in school turns out to be a werewolf. And to make the story more interesting, he bites Wayne and turns Wayne into the first ever wolfman in the last 10 years. And because of that, it was also a sacred law that wolfmen should never be created. I don't want to get into too much of the Chronicles of Wayne without spoiling it, but I can tell you it's very short. This one sells for $6.99, and Love Be Caged right after it. The ending of this trilogy, Love Be Liberated, comes out in October. So I'm going to definitely do a more full in-depth review of this one. But yeah, it's an LGBT fantasy fiction story about werewolves, vampires, white witches, a dark warlock, and, well, many, many more surprises to come. So if you guys like to read, I definitely recommend. These are all the books so far in the Shinry series, except for Shinry's Beginning. I do have that one, but it's just not here with me. But yeah, I appreciate a like, support, or just a review on Amazon. Either way, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a great day.